The month of March has come to a close, so I'm going to rank all 5 March movies I saw from the least best to the best. Hi, my name is Nathan, and I talk about a bunch of movies on this channel. If you're new here, down below in the comment section, share your ranking of all the March movies that you saw ranked. If there's something I missed, down below in the comment section, let me know. Click that like button, be sure to subscribe. I have more content over on my channel. Check those out once this video is over. With that said, let's get started with the ranking. Coming in last place is Shazam! Fury of the Gods, and to be clear, I will go positive on this movie, which means I go positive on all of the movies on this list. This movie is just a lot of fun when you watch it. There's a charming cast full of characters, and also the youthful energy of the first Shazam. The villains are really compelling, and this is just a really entertaining movie. But I feel like it's more generic than the original, because what it decided to do was that it took what made the original so unique and turned it into a more generic plot. And so suddenly you have CGI dragons at the end of it, and I'm not sure that makes the experience better. And also they spoiled a major cameo in this movie with a TV spot, which just dampened some of my experience with this entire film. And you could see moments where they're trying to have the same heart as the original, but it doesn't have nearly as effective of a heart. But I still really enjoy this movie. Still very entertaining addition to the DCEU. Number 4 is Scream 6. This is another very solid Ghostface addition to the Scream franchise, with all the nasty kills, meta commentary, and whodunit elements that you expect from a Scream movie. And what I really liked about it is that it truly made our Sam character the lead. And this is her franchise now. It doesn't need to rely on Sidney Prescott because she's not in this movie. I didn't mind the absence of Sidney Prescott this time around, and it truly works as a movie about a different character. And it cleverly ties up all of the loose ends of the Scream franchise together in a way that horror franchises don't normally do. Add to that, there's some great twists and reveals. I wish they were handled a little bit better though. And Kirby, as always, is enjoyable as a returning character in this movie. This is a film where the more I think about it, the more I want to like it more than I actually do. But there is some huge logic problems here, like how is Ghostface able to get away? How is this guy not dead? But this is still a solid addition to the Scream franchise. Number 3 is Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. This is a film that is kind of like the Jumanji films from a couple years back. Gives out sort of the vibe of those movies, with just this fun, funny, and entertaining and accessible adventure film. There's plenty of great world building because I've played very little Dungeons & Dragons, actually none at all. And for normal people who haven't played it, this is still a good adventure movie with some great world building from beginning to end. But what I really didn't expect was that it was entirely human from beginning to end. Chris Pine, who's charismatic in the lead, is also a human character who is able to have a compelling story, a journey, an arc throughout it. Also, it's huge in scale and spectacle. I will say some of the jokes are a bit forced in this film, and it starts off a bit slow, but I think other than that, if you haven't seen this movie, you'll really enjoy it. Our runner-up is Creed 3. Going into 2023, this was actually my most anticipated movie of the year, and I think it lived up to that quite a bit. It explores the backstory of Adonis without having to rely on Rocky. This is a story where Adonis gets to stand on his own, face somebody from his past, and that villain in the movie, that antagonist Damien, is one of the best villains we've ever gotten in the entire franchise. Played by Jonathan Majors to perfection. I just love what they did with him. There's a more intriguing story as like the movie actually does have reveals about the past, some twists and turns, and by the end of it, it just draws some big emotions. Also, I like how Michael B. Jordan stylized the fights. I really enjoyed that. Actually, it was a really tough pick between the top two on this list, but I think my number one pick just had a lot more to offer for me as a movie lover. With that said, here's my number one. And so my number one is John Wick Chapter 4. This is probably going to end up being the best action film of the entire year because the action scenes are massive in scale and the best of the John Wick franchise that already had great action. And it ended up having the best action of already great action. And there's all these long tanks with awesome stunt work throughout it. But also, it has a story that is focused and ties everything together. Even our new characters are interesting and memorable in their own ways. Whether you're talking about Kane, played by Donnie Yen, the Marquis, played by Bill Skarsgård, Pennywise himself. And despite it being a 3-hour action movie, it's very nicely paced and it's very entertaining, and it came to a satisfying close, unlike 2 and 3. March has kind of been the month for big blockbuster movies and in big franchises, and this, to me, is the best of them, and the best movie of the year so far. It is my favorite movie of March. There you have it. That's my ranking of all 5 March movies I saw. Down below in the comment section, share your ranking of all the March movies that you saw. If I missed something, let me know down below in the comment section. Click that like button, be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. I'll see you in the next one.